boy KP. You are now tuned into the ultimate, and I'll clearly say ultimate, NFC South Show, brought to you by the Culture and Sneakers and Sports. This show is a mod and really something special for all the fans in the NFC South. We always feel like we get left out. Y'all want to talk about the AFC North and all these other divisions. You know what I'm saying? The NFC South is here. We got a good team in every division, and we're going to put it all on wax for y'all. So, of course, we got the homies from Sneakers and Sports. We got Dom, Mike the Expert, and then we got some special guests. Dom, who are our special guests joining us for this show?
All right, for this show, I'm going to start with, my Who Dat Nation over there. We got Sean Graves, who's coming straight from, New Orleans, Slidell, Mandeville? Where you at?
I'm in Slidell, but I'm New Orleans.
Slidell. All right, gotcha. Yeah, it's New Orleans Metro, just like we got the Atlanta Metro. Absolutely. All right, we also got Ruffin Mitchell, man. What's up?
Hey,
Where
Ruff,
you
tell
coming
me what
from?
high school you and Sean went to, man. Rep y'all school, man. It's kind of important.
That's what's up. New Orleans Metro area.
Come on, man. Best high school in the land. The best same as best in high school in New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's right.
That's what's up. All right. We also got representing out of Florida, straight out of the Bay.
I thought that
Tampa,
was the West Coast.
one of the original Buccaneers. We got I said the Bay of Tampa. The Bay of Tampa. It's a different bay. We got Joffrey Hurd on the podcast today. Say what's up, Joffrey.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for having me out.
All right. Representing Florida, and we love the background. He's out there.
Hey man, you
sweating his butt off.
I'm gonna say I'm sweating.
You won the background award. Clearly, you won the background award. I give up.
Yeah, also the background all day.
Before we move on, I want to give a shout out to our homeboy Adam, who's supposed to be here. He couldn't make it this time. He's supposed to be representing the Panthers, so you're gonna have representation filling every team this time, but in the NFC South. So we want to hear from y'all. Continue to like, share, subscribe,
Big ups to Adam.
Comment. Who is your team in the NFC South? Who are you repping real hard? Are you a Atlanta Falcons fan like me and Mike the Expert? You a Saints fan like Dom and Sean and Ruff? Are you rocking with Tampa like my man Joffrey? Are you rocking with Carolina like Adam, who is not here today? So, Dom, let's get into this. How are we going to start the show off? So why don't you go ahead and kick us off and let us know where we kind of going with this thing?
All right. So first we're going to start off with, we're going back to 2023, and we're going to start off with from basically who won the NFC South last year. That would be, unfortunately,
let's let
the
everybody
Tampa Bay
know.
Buccaneers.
We're going to give an overview.
Joffrey's going to start it out.
Going in order that everybody finished in 2023.
I guess.
From there, we're going to give you our top additions and subtractions.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got to let you know who's going to win the South and who's going to be the offensive and defensive MVP of the South. So, with that, Joff, why don't you go ahead and take off since you got lucky, out there with Baker Mayfield.
First of all, luck had nothing to do with it. We got the chef Baker Mayfield out there, so But let y'all behind the curtain a little bit. I think Dom sent me the rundown for this episode at about 11 o'clock last night. So I scrambled a little bit to try to get some stats. I'll try to keep it short because it's 95 degrees here with 100% humidity out here. So we're going to start off.
All right.
So, obviously, as we all know, the big thing about what happened in the offseason with the Bucs is we re-signed Mike Evans. There was a lot of doubt whether or not he was going to come back or not, whether the Bucs were going to pay him. They went ahead and paid him, and we got him back for another season. And it's funny because I actually went to a training camp for the Bucs a couple weeks ago, and when Mike came out, he got the biggest ovation. The crowd was chanting his name. So, he's probably the most beloved Buck, definitely on the team right now, probably one of the most beloved of all time. It's just nice to have him back on the squad for this year. So I'm happy about that. That was a big move for us right there. And then obviously, we got another year of Baker Mayfield coming up. Last year was Baker's his first season with the Bucs. There's a lot of doubt, new system, new team, didn't know if he could do anything with it. And he came out and he was ranked 11 among all quarterbacks, according to NFL.com. And then Pro Football Focus had him ranked 9th in passing yards and 7th in touchdowns. And that's just on his first year trying to learn a new season. You know what I'm saying? So it's only up from there now that he's comfortable with the system, knows the players, things like that. So we're looking for some
Was you
more
really
upside
nervous
this season,
that Mike was going to get out of there? Because I
we
thought
look
that
back
was
at
kind of crazy. Y'all let it play out that far, man. This guy's been one of the better players in your organization. And you wanted to end his career with y'all. Were you actually nervous it was kind of close to him leaving? Because it seemed like it was close.
I thought it was a done deal. I thought he was gone. You know, if you read all the things people were talking about, other teams were courting him, trying to get him to come to their team. The Bucs, you know, they didn't try to negotiate for season, and that was his whole stipulation. He said if they didn't get a new deal done before the season, he was going to walk. They didn't get a deal done. So the whole season, that's what it seemed like. Even going to the games, talking to the fans in the stadium, we all thought that he was gone. So, yeah, I was shocked that they got it work, you know, got it done.
I was going to say, who was...
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know, and then touching on that too, he's one of the Pro Bowlers we had last year too. So it's, you know, we got him, we had Baker, and then we also had Tristan Wirfs, left tackle, coming. You know, so we had some returning stars coming back for us this season.
Man, Tom Brady turned that man into a star, straight up. So he got to stay healthy. He got to stay healthy.
He got to stay healthy though.
So
that's the thing.
Were there any key subtractions that kind of, you know,
we always
have you a little bit, you know, concerned?
He's got the talent. Yeah, you know, we pretty much kept the whole team together for the most part. One guy we did lose was Devin White. You know, he was probably our best defensive player our Super Bowl year. He led the team in tackles and led the team in sacks. So, you know, missing him is going to be a big chunk. And we already got our defense a little shaky already as it is. So losing him is a big loss for sure.
I don't think y'all going to finish in first place, but that's a story for a little bit down the road. We're going to go ahead Dog, I'm just telling you, I seen the Baker Mayfield
That's
story.
What they said last year.
I seen it, and it'll look good at first, and then later on, he's gonna throw the ball to another team.
Very true.
Let's move to the third coast. You know what I'm saying, as they like to call it. One of my second homes, my brothers in crime that we all went to college together. Yeah, well, Gulf Coast, third coast. Yeah, Gulf third coast is Texas. Gulf Coast. So let's move to the golf and let's deal with the Saints and see what these brothers got to say, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Xavier University.
Yep, that's where we all went to school. Xavier University, and that's where we have from the year 2000, where we've been pretty standard watching the games together, talking about the games. We got our own group chat where we just go back and forth every single game, every single play. So, you know, I'll start it off too. You know, when I looked at certainly the best additions in regards to the Saints, I have to say number one is Chase Young. First of all, he's 25 years old. I mean, we're talking about a guy who was the second pick. He did have a devastating injury in regards to the ACL. But the good thing about why they got him on a 1-year deal. So because he's so young, boy, he's got a lot to prove. And this is his contract year. So he is got to be inspired and ready to go. So that's, you know, certainly one of mine. Number two, I think the addition in regards to the draft with one of the best names ever, Kool-Aid McKinstry, adding him to the secondary. Certainly, first of all, you know, I'm not a Bama fan, but I like Bama players. Well, I think they've pretty much done pretty well in the NFL.
I think that's skill positions and defense.
Going on to win Super Bowls and Hall of Fame players and so forth. So
quarterbacks, them boys they not looking so good at quarterback. Quarterbacks looking a little sad right now.
Yeah,
it is.
Defensive player.
Yeah.
I mean,
we didn't draft the quarterback.
But they produce more skill players than quarterbacks.
Tua is sad.
Mac Jones.
I can't say Tua is sad.
He's sad.
So I can't say that. I mean, is he great? Not yet, but he's not sad. Okay, yeah, he's sad. Anyways, we getting off topic. All right, let's get back to the Saints. All right, so Kool-Aid, like I said, the addition on the defense would pretty much, we could have the best secondary tandem in the league. I mean, you're talking about Marshawn Lattimore. You're talking about Paulson Adebo. You're talking about Kool-Aid now. And then Honey Badger's still back there. I mean, he may not. He's still back there. He's a hawk. So guess what? Our secondary can be elite. All right. So that's one that I really feel like really confident that we have bolstered our defense. And hey, at this point in time, Dennis Allen has no excuses because he's a defensive coach. You've got the talent on defense. I mean, there's really no excuse as of right now. So, I mean, I would say also with the subtraction, I think it's pretty obvious that Pete Carmichael, like, goodbye.
There you go.
It was time for him to go. I think him and Sean Payton were the only things that worked together, and I think it was more of Sean Payton than Pete, clearly. So, you know, that would be my certainly big subtraction in regards to our team. So I'll let, you know, Sean and Ruff chime in on it.
All right, go ahead, Sean.
Sean, you can go first.
You go, Ruff. You go, Ruff.
All right, so yeah, my additions I had pretty much very similar to Don McKinstry. Learn from Marshawn Lattimore. Get in there. He's already got the talent. Go ahead and sit with the old head, learn the game, see what everything, you see how it works, and build your skill level up. Chase Young, you know, be working with Carl Granderson. I don't know who's going to end up with a start at that, but it's anybody's game there. The extra thing I had was the addition of Spencer Rattler because, you know, we got our high dollar quarterback that we currently in the starting position. We'll see how that go, but we do know Spencer has the tools. You know, make that next step up into the NFL and possibly take that role from Derek Carr by the end of the season.
And that's the thing. He's going to put pressure on Derek Carr to play well. Okay. So. I like the fact that he has pressure now, you know, because first game is going to be the true test, that first game, because there's no reason why you should lose to the damn Panthers. No. Right? No reason.
No,
so if you lose this game,
you're going to change quarterbacks after game one?
Everybody's going to start saying, Spencer Rattler, let's go.
Hey, Joffrey, we know who's not coming in first now.
If it ain't working.
Our schedule is rough.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's rough.
We got a tough schedule.
We have a tough schedule. So the Panthers it should be a win. I'm sorry. If they lose this game, I'm telling you, because we got the Chiefs, we got the Cowboys, we got the Eagles, and it's like back to back to back. No, sir.
No, we got
years of seeing what Derek Carr is. Okay.
Thank you.
Nobody's impressed. At this point. So unless you impress, your seat gonna get hot real quick with this first game.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on the Derek Carr. I'm sorry, I don't want to take this to a Derek Carr thing, but
session.
Listen. Ruff and Dime know how I've been about this Derek Carr thing. We gave him a year. He's got a year. And I think everybody has to realize that he is what he is. He's not a 30 touchdown quarterback. He's not going to throw 30 touchdowns. He's going to throw 25. That's what he's going to do. And we're going to be lucky if he stays within that 8 interception range. So he's got a new offensive coordinator. He's got wide open range to do what he needs to do and focus. And the biggest thing is when he was with the Raiders was dysfunctional. The whole organization. I mean, they had, from the coach, from wide receiver, from so many different things. And the credit that he always gets is through all those things, he was the upstanding, symbol of the, some stability in the organization. He had to answer questions about the owner and about, obviously Gruden. All that's gone right now. You ain't got to worry about that. All you got to focus on is football. So this is it. This is really, honestly, this is his career right now. He's in the 9th year.
Right. Well,
you are who you are, or you're going to make yourself who you're going to be. So this is it.
Yeah.
To be fair, y'all had a 30 touchdown quarterback. Jameis was a 30 touchdown quarterback. Y'all didn't play him.
Oh, there we go. This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
He was
40 interceptions, though. 40 interceptions, though.
Let me ask.
Touchdown.
I'll take a man that gives it a shot, personally.
I feel like wait. Before we move on, every interception that Jameis threw, some reason, no matter where he was, he could be on a cruise. Joffrey would be like, "I told you."
Well, that's because when they signed Jameis,
every single
I was all excited.
You've seen that movie before.
I told him, hey man, don't get too excited yet. Just wait. Just wait.
How do you feel about Chase Young, man? This dude is coming off an injury. Plus, with the Panthers, he was lined up next to Bosa and didn't get it done. And he severely underperformed in Washington. So how excited do you really feel about him? And do you really think that he's going to make that much of a difference?
I mean, it's wide open for him. This is his opportunity to pretty much rejuvenate his career at this point. He's 25. He's still young. He still have. I mean, he's got a whole career in front of him. He's on the side by himself. It's all on him. It ain't on nobody else but him. So he's got the capability. I mean, he's got a secondary that's pretty much covering receivers. He's got veteran linebackers ready to go. So I mean, it's on him. He has to produce. That's pretty much what it is. And I remember the stats from, was it 4 sacks total? 4? Nah, man, come on. You gotta. We need to see more than 4 in a season. We need to see more than 5 in a season.
To me,
being at 6 to 8.
Yeah. You got to be up there. So I mean, and you know, chips and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. You got to go get it.
He did make the play Pro Bowl in 2020 though. He did, and that was before the injury. He tore his ACL. He had a serious injury, guys. So he's been trying to come back from that for a long time. So and then he just had neck surgery like after they signed him, and we were like, what the hell?
It's trending to me like Jadeveon Clowney. Like a lot of talent, but it never like all comes together. That's what I see. I see like a Clowney 2.0. Hey, Ruff, I gotta ask you a question, man. So I'm looking at y'all team, and now I'm kind of, to me, said y'all best defensive player was in the secondary. I think your best defensive player is on your defensive. Okay, all right, go correction. I was just saying.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said we could have an elite secondary, the best secondary tandem in the league, potentially. Tandem. I agree with that. Actually, and it's not Cam Jordan, in my opinion, because Cam Jordan is not in his prime anymore. No, I'm going to tell you who it is. You ready for it? And this is going to be my MVP, not only of the Saints defense, but it's going to be the MVP of the NFC South this year. It's going to be Brian Brzee.
During the fantasy football show.
Yes.
So you had a lot to say about Taysom Hill. Where do you feel like his opportunity, or where is his lane going to be this season? Is he going to be playing quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end? Where is he really going to be playing it, man? Or you want him all over the field?
So Taysom Hill's always been a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Okay, he can do just about anything, any way you put him on the field. But can he carry that position? No. So the goal with Taysom Hill for me should be to just, like I said, you never know where he's coming from. So if he's going to be, with the run pass off, if he's going to be, running, if he's going to be blocking.
Okay.
Just keep the defense guessing with Taysom Hill. That's all you got to do with him. Okay. The more you stick him in a single spot to a single play, the less effective he is.
So you want him to be like a slash, basically.
Really
you all over the field.
Nerve. So,
I feel that.
Keep him moving, keep him around. Slash all over the field. Man, line them up in the slot one day. I don't care. Just put him somewhere they don't expect him to be.
I feel that, man.
Let's
move on to the team that me and Mike, the expert rap. We feeling real good about our A-Town. You know what I'm saying? I think we had the best offseason this year. What you think, Mike, the expert? What are the key additions? Because we just got everything. This is like Pokemon, man. This is Operation Stockpile. I want them all. Yeah, Sean, you played Pokemon. What was the point? To get them all, right?
Do you?
I got a lot of them on the offseason. Mike, why don't you let them know who we got this offseason?
All right, cool. So with the Falcons, we really made a big come up this season. We were hurting at the quarterback position. We had the skill
16 turnovers
all together.
You cannot go nowhere with a quarterback with 16
I think
turnovers.
Ritter had 16 turnovers, something like that.
Hold on one second. And speaking of Ritter, one of the worst turnovers actually happened.
We
in
had
Tampa.
the worst passing grade.
The man had a free lane to the TD and held the ball out there like a loaf of bread and turned the ball over on the 1 yard line. And really should have cost us the game. We got lucky and won the game. Then I call him roller coaster Ritter because I don't know what he's gonna do.
The Riddler, because he's got.
Then I watched him in Carolina on the 1 yard line decide to throw the ball to the other team. So Son had to go, man. He had to get the hell up out of here.
So clearly that's your biggest subtraction.
Let's get back to the additions, man.
Or is
Mike,
it the
go ahead.
coach? Is it the coach or is it
you talking about the quarterback position?
Okay.
You like that?
All right. Yeah, so the biggest addition is going to be Kirk Cousins. He's consistent. Yeah, he's consistent. I mean, this guy, he has over 39,000 yards. I mean, anything is going to be better than Ritter. We're not going to have to worry about, having an incompetent quarterback. So I think that's going to – and then if you look at the Falcons last season, even though we were 7-10, even going, towards, week 17, week 18, we were still in the mix in the division and everything. And really the main thing that hurt us was because we were incompetent at the quarterback position. So now this right here, I think alone is going to put us into the playoffs. So
Raheem Morris, welcome back to A-Town.
And then also,
Joffrey, you know a little bit about Ra. He was in your organization. Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
I was going to say, speaking of thing,
Ra went on a journey to become a Jedi Knight. So Ra has done a lot since you've seen him. I mean, then going working with Sean McVay, man, that's big. He had Sean McVay speak up for him. Also had ownership from the Rams speak up for him as well, and Stan Kroenke. So I think this guy is his time. And sometimes that happens. That happens to all of us. Sometimes we start out and we got to, take a step back and go work on our game and come back. I think Ra has done that, and he's shown right now he is a leader of men. You can see how these guys are ready to run through brick walls for Ra. So, I'm pretty excited about what he's doing right now. And Mike, I know we had one other key addition. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always like Raheem Morris. Yeah, I always liked him. He was definitely a good motivator. It was just all the other stuff that seemed to be the problem at the time. So we'll see what he can do this time around.
DQ left, he did have the guys winning. It's just that DQ was in such a hole that you couldn't get out of it. So, I mean, I think Ra has really improved his game. Mike, who do you have as our last key addition, man?
One of them, I think we made a good draft pick. I think Penix was a real good draft pick, even though he's for the future. Kirk Cousins, even though, I mean, he's older, he could get hurt. He's coming off that injury. So, we have somebody that's
and I'll give y'all, me and
NFL.
Dion was at the,
out there.
what I'm saying?
I think that was
a
good pick.
The draft, right? And he was saying Penix before it even happened. I thought it was going to be, Turner. And then, of course, he was so excited. Y'all can watch the video. It's on the channel. Anyway, my third edition is a little bit different than Mike the Expert. I got to go with my man, Matthew Judon / Justin Simmons. And I'm going to say that because, number one, we struggled at pass rush. We couldn't get off the field on third down. Now you bringing a fire breather in, a guy, he had 4 sacks last season, but he's also coming back from an injury. So that's what limited him. When he played a full season last, he had 15 and a half sacks. So he proves he's a fire breather off the edge. And now you pairing him with Grady Jarrett. You pairing him again with Ororo. I think I'm saying his name right. And then you also pairing him with Armo Ebiketie, bro. So I think now you got something to work with. And we might be cooking to possibly get another defensive end now that we restructured. We got $7 million to play with. So y'all look out. Could be a trade on the horizon. Maybe we'll see Hassan Reddick in a Falcons uniform. But also with us bringing in Justin Simmons, I don't know what you've been drinking or smoking, Dom, but clearly the Falcons had the best secondary. You talking about AJ Terrell, who is a complete dog. Then you add in Jesse Bates, who had 6 INTs. And I believe one of those INTs was on you when he ran one back to the house. I know you know something about that. I know you know about that, don't you? Do you remember that? Oh, okay. We'll send you the tapes. You can see it, man. Hey, Josh, that's one of the best interceptions all season.
I was in the movies. I wasn't watching that game.
He didn't want to see that. It was getting.
You remember Ruff? I was in the movie. I was watching.
Joffrey, I gotta give him this. Y'all know y'all like DJ Jubilee. I like DJ Jubilee. You know what he said? On back that thing up. He said, wiggle your leg because it's about to get rough, man. They got rough against y'all, bro. He running back in the house on you, bro. He got 2 of them interceptions against you. And now we add in Justin Simmons. Yeah, Pro Bowler. And now we add in Jesse Bates is tough. He's tough. Number 1 in INTs from the secondary position. We got the number 1 and number 2 guy in INTs from the secondary position. I don't know, man. We looking kind of strong, man.
You ain't got
the best cornerback in the league. Last time I checked, Sauce Gardner don't play in New Orleans. Jalen Ramsey don't play in New Orleans. I don't know what you. Joffrey, man, tell that man get off that drink, bro.
Okay,
He's talking
all
crazy over there.
We'll see.
Hey,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
No, Joffrey knows about Joffrey knows about Lattimore very well.
That's right.
He's very
yeah.
And listen,
Mike Evans knows about Lattimore.
Expert.
Mike Evans knows about Marshawn Lattimore. Thank you very much.
And
Okay.
he's
Hey,
and
Mike
you
expert.
listen to the interviews and the podcast.
Hey,
he's pretty much
they know
every
about Jesse
cornerback's
Bates
favorite cornerback.
because they remember him taking it back to the
Thank
house.
you.
They know about Jesse Bates. Ain't that right?
No.
Oh yeah, Jesse Bates, the man.
Defensive
man.
TD.
He's the man. I mean, 6 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. I mean, the man plays tough and hard. I mean,
Bro.
Dog, we talking about
y'all ain't had
you see
no
how
number one
confused,
since
you see
Julio,
confused
so
this
I don't
man
know
is?
what you talking about over here. Like, really?
Okay, you want to talk about offense?
What
you want to talk about
kind
offense?
of offense have you had for the past couple
Drake
of
London?
years,
You
dog?
want to talk
Like,
about
come
him?
on,
Kyle
dog.
Pitts?
Like, let's
you want to talk about him?
Bijan done nothing on offense
Robinson?
in the last couple of years.
Bijan Robinson? You want to talk about Bijan
I don't know.
Robinson?
We'll see. Kyle Pitts,
They gotta
really?
do
Are we gonna go
something.
to Kyle Pitts?
They got to do something.
Right now, Kyle Pitts is
Hold
a bust.
It is.
Right now. We talking right now.
Hey, Mike, the expert.
Okay.
Isn't this the same guy that just said that he wanted to change his
2024,
quarterback
Kyle
after
Pitts
week
is a
1?
bust.
Now he puffing his
They
chest
got to
out.
do
Are
something.
you serious? You talking about changing your quarterback after week 1? He can't even.
Oh, yeah.
That's
on,
my
man.
team.
All right, let's move on.
Talking about your team.
Hey,
Talking about your team.
He's also been hurt.
But Kyle Pitts has not done anything. Zero. In fact, the fantasy community hates him.
About to say,
They just made a post talking about we draft Kyle Pitts every year and we look like a clown.
Let's talk about the next thing that we need to cover here. And the next thing we need to cover here is number one. Who do we see being the offensive MVP of the NFC South? So, Joff, I'm gonna let you kind of jump in there. Who do you have? Don't be a homer, man. Just tell the truth, man. Who's your offensive MVP, man?
I mean, here's the thing. Y'all over here talking about number one wide receivers. None of y'all got number one wide receiver like Mike Evans. I mean, he's got to be the guy. And so what I did, I went to try to find like rankings to figure out who the best offensive players in NFC South. I couldn't find a reliable source. So what I went to? I went to Madden NFL football to see who had the higher rankings. And you know who it was? Mike Evans. They got Mike Evans rated at 91. The next closest guy they found on there was Chris Olave with an 86. So clearly, according to the greatest source on the man, Madden NFL football, Mike Evans is the MVP of the NFC South.
Check it out. Shameless plug. Let us know if you agree with our rating on Madden. All right. Sean, who do you have as your offensive MVP of the NFC South, man?
I got to go with Chris Olave, man. I think he's just going to be on sports in the top 10 every week, again, week after week.
Right.
Look who was throwing the ball last year. And he was on top 10 every Sunday with crazy catches. Crazy catches.
They had to be crazy because the passes were off target.
Yo, that's facts.
Hey.
That's facts. All right.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, throw it up there. I'm going to get it. That's all he say. Put it up there. Hey, Derek, whoever
hey, Ruff, who you guys your offensive
throw it up
MVP?
there.
Don't be
I'm
talking
get
crazy
it,
like this guy,
I'm going to take a picture for the fans.
I don't disagree with the Chris Olave thing. I think Chris Olave is going to make another step.
Thank you, bro.
But I don't think he's there yet.
Be objective, bro. Don't be on no hurricane right now.
He's been doing it for years. 1,000 yards, 3 seasons, yearly, year after year after year. I'm sorry, but do I think...
All right, Mike the expert, who you guys your offensive MVP, G?
But this season, I'm still going to go with Mike Evans.
Well, I'm going to be a homer. Of course, I agree with Mike Evans. That's great, but I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to go with Cousins. And the reason why is because, you got to look at our team. We probably got the top 3 offensive line. Dude is, we got the skill.
So you got Kirk Cousins throwing for like 4K.
Consistent.
About 4K yards,
we have 40
tubs.
All right. He's going to go crazy. He's going crazy.
Man. It's about to be a track meet, bro. You got to pull up for 30 points when you come see us, bro. But Dom, who you got? I know you've been drinking Hurricane early, so go on and give us a crazy answer. Go on and give us your drunk uncle answer, bro. Come on.
I hate to admit this, and I'm sorry, Who Dat Nation, but I have to look at it just from an objective football fan, and I'm gonna have to go with Bijan Robinson. Tell you why.
Wow.
Okay, tell us why. You might be
I'm
sober
gonna
now.
tell you
Tell us
why.
why.
I'm
You
gonna
sobering
tell you
up.
why. I'm gonna tell
That
you
was my
why.
second choice.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Can I explain myself? First of all, everybody knows the biggest talk about Falcons last year was the fact that they were not using Bijan. So even win or loss, or losses, it doesn't matter what your record is. I feel like they're gonna go down with giving this man probably 20 to 30 carries a game plus catches. Okay. He's good. I'm not gonna front you. He's good. And so if you give him that much volume, okay, because it's gonna be like, because they're gonna focus on that because they know that was one of the reasons why they basically your last coach lost his job. So because of the volume, and he's gonna get so many touches, and because in space, hey, he's dangerous. I just feel like, because of that, because even when I look at Olave, I'm sorry, I don't think he's going to get as much volume as
It's going to be Bijan Robinson.
And that's really what
to his point, when he gets the ball in
space.
space. Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did to Green Bay? You saw how he shook the man out of his shoes? It was so crazy. We had to watch it from the overhead view, man. And then Bijan is a dual threat. The guy gets busy in the run game. He gets busy in the pass game. Of course, that's a big reason why Arthur Smith is not here, in addition to putting his bet on Roller Coaster Ritter. So, I mean, if you have a player that good, it doesn't make sense to not utilize them. I've never seen a coach decide, you know what? I'm not going to use my best player. I'm going to use my third best player. And that's what he would do consistently. I love Cordell Patterson and I like Tyler Algier, but Bijan Robinson's a whole nother level. And I think we'd rather really see how good he is because he's going to get a lot of opportunities. And one of the things you got to remember with Kirk Cousins is a quarterback that relies heavily on running back play. If you saw him with Dalvin Cook was a monster with Kirk Cousins. So Kirk's going to keep you honest where he's going to complete passes where you can't just go crazy and stack the box. So now Bijan's going to have these opportunities because we got a better balanced offense than what we did last year. So I got to agree.
But here's the thing. Because they're going to live or die with
another
Bijan,
running back that got
if
1,000
he gets
yards.
Injured, y'all done.
We got 2,000-yard running backs in Bijan and Tyler Algier.
Done. You're done.
Bro, he only got 1,000 yards. What are you talking about?
We've seen Algier. Right, nobody's scared of Algier.
Hey,
you're done.
So let's move on. Okay. Let's talk about who's going to be defensive MVP of the NFC
That's all
South.
I got to say.
So, Sean, I'm going to throw this to you first. Who do you have as the MVP on the defensive side of the ball for the NFC South?
This is a tough one.
Wow. You're going to be objective. Wow.
It ain't my team. Because it's going in that direction.
We are objective. We're realistic too. We're not. We don't live in la la land.
The reason being is because
Cam,
even though our defense
Davis,
is pretty good, our defense is actually kind of old, man. We got a lot of veterans, man. Our defense it's gonna have to be on the new players. So it's definitely not on it's not on Saints. It ain't on the Saints. This was one I couldn't really pick one, man, because really the defenses, I think, whatever across the NFC South minus Carolina, we ain't talking about. I think they match up because really we're looking at the offenses. So I mean, we're really looking at the offense. That's what we're judging everything on. And I really couldn't pick one play. I think across the board it's going to be a good defensive struggle.
One of the things I'll say about Carolina, just to kind of speak on them, I know their representation isn't here. They lost one of their best, probably I would think what I would have picked as the best defensive player in the division, and Brian Burns. That was a huge loss, man. And I think Son was a major, major baller. I don't really understand that, too, for a team that's struggling defensively, that you decide to move on from your best defensive player. But, that's Carolina's problems, not mine. And also speaking on them on the positive side, I do think that Bryce Young is going to bounce back. To what extent, I don't know. And I think my issue with Bryce Young, just to kind of get the Carolina Panthers fans a little bit of love, is that I don't know that he can stay healthy, man. He's a small guy. He's not super fast when he runs the ball. So those are things that are concerning. They did have a good draft, and Dom, you may want to kind of speak on that as well. And they have a new coach. So there's more questions than answers when you talk about the Panthers, and they got a lot of questions and a lot of things to figure out. Dom, anything you want to say real quick just to show our Panthers brethren a little bit of love?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of all comes down to the quarterback, what he's going to look like this year. I mean, we all know he's undersized. Hopefully, I don't pay attention to the Panthers as much as I, really don't want to or care for. But, hey, I'll just say that, hopefully they have a better offensive line, because the man had no time to throw anything last year. He was running for his life, and, it looked like they did get some weapons in the draft. But, I mean, it remains to be seen what they're going to look like. I do think they are on, they are really still rebuilding, so, that's really pretty much all I can say about them. I know one thing.
It looked like the Bears straight
should lose
to
the Saints
and
game one.
Draft pick,
if not,
they look like they got straight up
already talked about it.
But with that being said, Ruff, who is your defensive player of the South this season? Who you guys being the best guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think sheer numbers wise, I would have to go with, honestly, because they're going to have a lot of opportunity, the Panthers linebacking core. So you got Shaq Thompson, you got Jadeveon Clowney. Like y'all say, it's about the offenses. I don't think their defensive line is going to hold up too well against the Bucs, the Saints, or the Falcons. So that linebacking core is going to get hella work. So, yeah. And it's going to be up to them to stop a lot. So I'm looking at Shaq Thompson, see what he can do, but Jadeveon Clowney might have a bounce back here when it comes numbers-wise. Now, when it comes to just shutting them down, it's going to be the Saints secondary, it's going to be the Falcons secondary,
Joffrey,
so it's
got
going to be out of those
defensive
two.
player
I'm really looking for Marshawn Lattimore to have some good work this year, too.
Yeah, so while I was prepping for the podcast, I was looking to see ranks and for defense for the Bucs, and passing wise last year we had a 29th ranked passing defense, which that's not great. So there's room for improvement on that side of things. But where I think we're actually going to have our best defensive player this year is going to be Antoine Winfield Jr. He's a beast on defense. Going back to those Madden rankings, he's the second highest ranked defensive player on Madden in the NFC South, behind your very own Jesse Bates over there.
Yeah, electronic arts. Right. Electronic arts.
Exactly.
Joffrey, do you
so based on that, I think it's going to be Antoine Winfield Jr.
Sponsorship or something, or a Madden sponsorship you want to tell us about?
Not yet, but if they want to sponsor me, hit me up. They are based in the Central Florida area, so I'm just saying, they right across the I-4. So if you want to hit me up, you know how to find me, EA.
They're gonna super like this. Yeah,
hey, man,
they're gonna like
this. We gotta be honest.
Video, but they're not gonna like our Madden review very much. But it's all good. We'll bounce it out.
EA. I'm not affiliated with them. EA. Their opinions are not my opinions. EA. Just so you know.
Yeah, so mine goes back to a guy that we already talked about, Mr. Bates there. I really like, and what I like about him is that his numbers have gone up over the years since 2018 when he got drafted. And I mean, if you look at it, his assists, interception, yards, everything is up. Last year was probably one of his best years. He was second team All Pro honors. 6 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 132 total tackles, 89 of those solo. So I mean, the man is coming up, and if he keeps getting
when
better,
I was looking at this, man,
this season is going to be a lot better than
I was kind of rough
with, so I'm gonna go with him.
Shaq Thompson, man. He's a special player. I hate to say it because I do not like the Panthers. And then I was also looking at some of the other things too. So I looked at Grady Jarrett, but he is coming back from injury. And I'm also like, kind of, what is their opportunities going to be for him to get a lot of sacks, right? Coming back from injury. I do know he's going to dominate his side of the ball, but now adding Matthew Judon, that may free him up. He may get single coverage, but ultimately, I had to go with Jesse Bates, man. For a guy to get 6 interceptions and you take, a couple of them back to the house as well from the safety position. And now you bring in Justin Simmons, which gives even more versatility, which is going to give him even more opportunities to some of these guys' points. It's going to be all about the offense in the NFC South. So what's going to happen, right? You're going to have to throw the ball because you're going to have to be able to score to really stay in games. What that does, it gives your secondary a chance to go ahead and start getting picks, as well as we do have some good running backs in the South. Let's be honest. We have Alvin Kamara. We got Bijan Robinson. All the teams in the South have a good running back and got running games. So now you got Bates having an opportunity to play more in the box because you have Simmons, which leads to a lot of tackles. So I got to go with Jesse Bates. So let's wrap this up, man. Let's talk about who we think is going to win the South, man. So you got to give your winner and their record. So we're going to go back to, who started out first because, well, let's go ahead and get Carolina out the way, man. We all know they're going to come in last. We all agree with that. Hey, Panthers fans, let us know if you don't agree with us.
Yeah,
let us know if somehow delusionally you think that they can win the South because they
Which
won't.
is no excuse. No excuse. No excuse.
You got to watch them twice.
I'm not watching a game after that damn game. If we lose, I'm done. I'm done, dog. I'm sorry. I'm done. Nah, dog. I'm done, dog. If they don't beat the Panthers in the first game, I'm sorry.
If the Saints lose first game, you got to go check on Don.
I'm not watching the rest of the season, dog. I'm done. I'm done.
Dog going to be taking a whole bottle to the head.
Check on everybody. I'm telling you. Check on all of them.
Well, Joff, I'm going to let you, since you came in first last season, I'm going to let you kick it off, man. What you got for your record, man? Who you think's going to win the South, bro? Who you got, bro?
So, I think it's going to be a tight division again this year. We got some issues in this division for sure. We're not going to be leading the league across the league, in wins or anything like that. But that being said, with a record of 9-8 and the winner of the NFC South, I think it's going to be and still,
my guy brought
the winner
props.
of the NFC South champion.
He brought props to the show.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby.
Let's go. Shannon Sharp, you bringing props to the show?
Let's go.
What's next? The Black and Miles and the Yak?
Ready,
Have a
man.
Tom Brady,
man. Who you got with it?
Brady,
Brady. I think it's gonna take more than 9 games, bro. I don't think 9 games gonna get it done, bro. So take more. You're gonna need 10 or better to win.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, I think it's more competitive now. Sean, who you got, bro?
It got it done last year.
I think it's gonna be we're gonna be at this tie again with this 9-8 again. And it's gonna come down to the end. You put me on the spot. I'm not too positive about my Who Dat Nation. I'm serious. We got again, our quarterback is our biggest opportunity right there. So really, honestly, and I'm gonna put it on y'all. Really, it's between Tampa and Atlanta, and Tampa been there, done that, but Atlanta, y'all got the weapons.
Hey, Sean,
y'all got the weapons, but what y'all gonna do?
You had the weapons before too.
Yeah, y'all got the weapons. Y'all got a consistent quarterback. So if I gotta pick a team that's not the Saints, I'm probably gonna say Tampa Bay because they're consistent. I mean, Baker Mayfield, he's gonna give you what he gonna give you. You know what he gonna give you. So, and he's a gunslinger. You gotta take it for what it is. He's gonna take those chances, and that's the chances that Kirk Cousins don't take. That's the ones he's.
You mean he doesn't throw a lot of picks
for the goal? He doesn't go big. I mean, I would have to say.
Hey, Sean,
I don't want to say it, but I'm saying
the Hot Boys,
Tampa,
DJ Jubilee,
y'all might get it again.
Let me see here. Mayor Moriarty, all these people rolling over in their grave at you right now. Hey, Drew.
Hey, man, look. We have our own.
DJ Jubilee is not dead, guys.
Yeah, right. Hey, wait a minute. Hold up.
Is it actually gonna happen this time?
Boys are not dead. Okay, they're actually reuniting at Little Louisiana Fest.
I'm not gonna let them Jedi mind trick me. I gotta
now.
see it first. I wanted to happen, but
it
I gotta
is
see
actually
it
gonna
first.
happen. I think
it's gonna happen.
Well, we'll see. Hey, Mike, the expert, who you got winning the NFC South, man? What's the record you going?
It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen.
Well, of course, I got the Falcons. I'm looking at the Falcons to actually be 10-7. It's going to be tough because I mean the Bucs are real good. They have some players. I mean Rashad White, Bucky Irvin at running back. I mean they got players. I mean they got a great safety in Antoine Whitfield. So I mean it's going to be tough. I do think we're probably going to split it with the Bucs. We're going to beat them once. They're going to beat us once. We're going to sweep the Saints. That's no problem there. But yeah, I think we're going to be number one.
Okay.
We're going to be 10-7.
No problem. Okay.
You're gonna have to hit double digits.
Dom, go ahead and say
last
off.
word.
We know you just barely holding it in.
Yeah. So
all right. So when it comes down to the Who Dat Nation, I looked at the schedule and I calculated based on what I would, kind of believe what'll happen. There's going to be two chances. Either we're going to be 10-7.
Joffrey, did this man just say 10-7?
8-9. Those are the two possibilities.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wait, can I speak?
Go ahead, man. Take off.
I'm speaking. Speaking. All right. So, like I said, they're gonna be 10-7 or 8-9. I hate to say it, but I think it's more closer to 8-9. So I do not think they will win the division. Okay. Hey, but you just never know. Injuries, things happen, the parity of the NFL, you just never know. Okay, but right here, sitting on September 7th, today, right in the beginning, the first week of the NFL season, no, I can't say that they're going to win the NFC South. I will have to give it probably to, the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, they have the talent.
Good choice.
I mean, they have the talent. And this is what I predict. Yes, they will win the South, but they will lose the very first playoff game. Just like always happens. The very first. You're not getting past the first. Yep. And you're not going to be the division leader. You're going to play in the wild card weekend and you're going to lose. Lose. You heard me. Lose. And I don't know what Kirk Cousins is going to look like. I mean, an Achilles injury is serious. I mean, they've been hiding him in the preseason. We don't see no clips of him. He just running around at Flowery Branch. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I guess we'll see against the Steelers, and that's no easy game either. That's going to be a big game for y'all to see what he looks like because Achilles is serious for 36
let me jump
year old
here,
quarterback.
You had
I don't know. It's not automatic.
Good,
so
you got back on your drink and you
we'll see.
Drunk. You start driving drunk again, bro. You need to watch that. So,
hey, we're just being realistic here. I think the Saints fans have been the most realistic, objective. Who Dat Nation has been on here telling it how it is. So, and that's how it is.
Unlike my homie
said,
Mike,
I told you, you're going to win the South. You're going to lose the first playoff
I know that's bold. I'm gonna start out. Yeah. I got confidence in my team. Because number one, I revamped my defense. I've actually fixed my defense. I can get off the field on third down now. I actually got a pass rush now. So that's number one. Number two, offensively, I'm actually going to use my stars. We're actually going to pass the ball to Drake London. How about that? We're actually going to pass the ball to Kyle Pitts. B. John's actually going to get the ball. When you come see Atlanta, you're going to have to come with 30 points. Anything less than 30, you might as well count that as a loss. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to go back to the year before Coach Cousins got here. When you actually watch Netflix quarterbacks and you see this man healthy for a whole season, you will realize he is a real dog. To Sam's point, he does not put you in harm's way. Not putting you in harm's way leads to wins. Putting you in harm's way leads to turnovers, and that's something Baker Mayfield knows a lot about. I actually watched him in a game play the Chiefs, had the Chiefs on the ropes, had the ball, could have won with the game-winning drive. And what did he do? He threw the ball to the other team. I've seen him do it over and over again. I saw him do it in the playoffs last year. Baker will always, when it comes down to it, throw the ball to the other team, which leads to, again, back to the Falcons. So I had the Falcons winning the NFC South. And yes, we will go past the first round. And here's the thing. You talk about Kirk Cousins and his ACL injury. He's not a running quarterback. He ain't Michael Vick. I ain't ask him to run around the yard. All I need him to do is slide left, slide right. That's all he need to do.
Hey,
Same thing I saw Matt Ice
footwork
do.
is important.
He really Ice 2.0. Slide left,
Pocket.
slide right, dynamic pass. That's all I need him to do, and that's all he gonna do. So I got the Falcons winning. I know it's a little aggressive with the 11 games, but I feel good about my team right now. I feel good because here's the thing, bro. I'm telling you, bro, you got to come with 30. When you see us off the bus, we coming with 30.
To 11.
Unlike Mike the expert. This is where I think Mike the expert was wrong. You might not be an expert. You my boy, but you might not be an expert. We gonna sweep Joffrey and the Bucks.
No, you sound very homerish right
Tampa.
now.
I mean, we gonna sweep Carolina. We not gonna sweep the Saints. I hate to say that, bro, because every time we play in that damn dome, bro, every time something and dog, honestly, let's be honest, bro. This is the most intense rivalry in the whole NFC South. Is the Falcons and the Saints. It's way more intense than everybody else, and something crazy happen every game. I just got to be honest and call it like I see it, bro. On and off the field, it goes crazy. We don't have egging incidents and all types of stuff, bro. We don't have dudes show with cuss words on their shirt, and that's my guy too. He go to the same church as me. That's my guy. Shout out to Roddy White. But at the same time, that's just like the toughest game to win. Is that game in New Orleans, and I think it's gonna be a split. Yeah, we facing the whole state.
Yeah, because
the whole state coming at my head.
You're just not facing a team. You're facing Who That Nation. We filling the seats.
Yeah, the whole state coming at my head.
We filling every
his
seat,
state is,
and
they got the Bucks. They got Jacksonville. Yep. They got the Dolphins. So I ain't got that many people to battle. I just got to battle, the Tampa guys. And then in Carolina, they ain't got nothing to root for in football or basketball.
Right. Yeah. They're not into football. They're more into college, and then
they want to talk about
in North Carolina.
That's what they want to talk about. So they got others. That New Orleans game is always treacherous, and that's what I see kind of being a difficult thing. But y'all let us know what y'all think. Who do y'all have winning the NFC South? Of course, special shout out to one of our best sponsors, LOL Burger Bar, best burgers and wings in all of Atlanta. So I think that's why Don picked the Atlanta Falcons, because he knows who has the best burgers and wings. So he's going with Atlanta all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, Don. Continue to like, share, subscribe. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Of course, pull up on us. Let us know who you think gonna win the South, and we'll keep this thing going. We'll see y'all on the next one. Rise up. Who that?
Black Captain America, let's go.
Yeah, crazy.